This is another New Black World Order TV Productions. Chopper, chopper. Let's get it in, family. Grand Rising. This is part 7, right? This is the one that gets quite interesting because we're reaching that spiral, right? We're reaching that Fibonacci spiral with that curvature, right? So now I want to address something before I get started. I got, some feedback on the first 6 videos, and it was from a person from the Nation of Islam, right? And he was telling me that I was changing the teachings and that I was, not teaching something rooted in the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teaching or his history. And today, I'm not going to get, really in the back and forth with you. I'm just going to demonstrate, right? I'm going to show you that, as I said before, it's a template. It's a plain template, right? Because I'm a plain teacher, right? I'm not a warner. I'm not a messenger. I'm not a messiah, but I'm a plain teacher with a plain template. And I'm going to make this as plain as possible to you, sir. And, you shouldn't have called my name, right? Because when you call my name, you got my attention. And how I did it in the past, when past is a part of time and our subject is about time, right? And it's about time that I address. It's about time that I address the critics from the Nation of Islam on what it is that I'm teaching. So let's get it in. On the last video, we was talking about that 9 and that 3, right? For in the actual facts presented in the Nation of Islam, it teaches us that the sun is 93 million square miles away from the earth. But here we find the 9 and the 3 in a circle. Pay attention. So we talked about the 12 that was below on the clock that's above your head. And to my critics from the Nation of Islam, what Elijah Muhammad was teaching was really above your heads. And so now we have the 12 here, this symbol, this sign, right, of time, because the subject is sign, symbols, and time, right? And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said he was teaching a theology of time. So what we want to start off with is that those 12 hours on this clock, these 12 symbols, these 12 numbers, because numbers are symbols. They're symbols to quantify a number. So now there are 60-minute segments, right, between each of these numbers that brings us to 12 and the 60, right? If I take this 12 and turn it around, it's a 21. 21 times 60 is 1,260. There's your 12. There's your 60, right? And 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 6 is 9, right? So the 93 million square miles away from the earth may not, sir, since you called my name, may not be the accurate distance of the sun away from us. I'm just want to show you something, and I'm going to show you that you really don't understand the Elijah Muhammad's teachings, nor are you fluent in it, and you really can't even express, right, in 500 words considerably well, a mathematical theology. So let's get in. We was talking about 93 million square miles that we got from the 12 from below in the 21. 12 plus 21 is 33. 33 plus the 60, sir, is 93, right? And since the 33rd, right, since the 33rd prime number is 137, and we mentioned that according to the narrative built around this plain template, Abraham died at 137. He was the beginning of your faith, sir, the father of your faith. And Jesus, since the Elijah Muhammad told you that you are a Christian, that a real Muslim ain't nothing but a Christian, and I'm going to prove that today because the template is plain, but it was dressed up in a Christian template that was influenced by a Jewish template, right? right? Then Jesus died, the end of your Christian faith, at the age of 33. And I'm going to show you something ironic. Are we talking about Are we talking about a plain template, or are we talking about the dressed up story? And as I said before, who wants to get lost in a story? Who wants to be so embedded in a bedtime story that they can't shake the allegory? So this is a clock, right? This is a clock, right? And we talked about Abraham dying at 137. And 137 is the 33rd prime number, right? So, sir, since you called my name, let me demonstrate to you, right, what I saw in the Elijah Muhammad's teaching that you failed to see. I'm not teaching anything different. I'm just going deeper into what you misunderstood, what was above your head, right? So we have above our heads another next level concept of time that consists of 12 segments also, sir, that last, according to them, 2,160 years, right? We have that, right? 2,160 years, and 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 6, sir, again, is 9, right? And 9 plus 3, sir, is 12, right? And 1 plus 2, sir, is 3. And when I divide this by 3, I get 720, right? It's just talking about the nuances of a day. It's talking about the mathematical theology and the theology of time. And time is based upon 12 hours on the clock with 60-minute intervals on earth, reflecting that which is above your head, right? The 12 segments that last 2,160 years. So let's get it in. Is it a clock, or is it Abraham? Right? When we take the simple English gematria that was taught in the 5% nation by Father Allah, C is a 3, L is a 12, O is a 15, C is a 3 again, and 11 is a K, bringing us to a grand total of 44, right? Abraham, A is a 1, B is a 2, R is 18, A is a 1, H is a 8, and A is a 1, and M is a 13, bringing us to a total of 44. So here we see that the word Abraham was placed on the same numbers of clock. So let's get it in. Let's see whether or not we're talking about this template, or we're talking about Abraham, or these characters in your story. Are they really real, right? So when we took 137, sir, and subtracted by 44, look what we get. We get 93. We get 93, right? And since 33, the 33rd prime number is 137, right? Jesus died at the age of 33, right? And since clock is 44, Abraham is 44, we add 33 plus 44 and we got 77. When you take the words for Christ, C is a 3, H is a 8, R is a 18, I is a 9, S is a 19, and T is a 20, sir. And it brings us to a grand total of 77. Just like they took the same template and dressed Christianity around it, Master Farad Muhammad did the same exact thing. The same exact thing is that everybody took this same plain template, because I'm a plain teacher. Elijah Muhammad said that he was a plain teacher and a plain warner. I am not a Messiah. I am not a savior. I'm just not even a holy man. I am a human just like you. And you should not worship me because I can teach you something. Sir, again, let's get it in. Since there are 2,160 years in the zodiac age, here on the clock, we have a time here, 2/26, right? February the 26th, Farad was born in 1870, what? 7, right? February, 2nd month, 26th day. When we subtract that back from 2060, we get 1934. So February the 26th is the 57th day of the year, because there's 31 days in January. The 26 days of February brings us to a grand total of 57, right? Farad was 57 years old in 1934 when he left Elijah, right? I guess that was above your head, because you would have had to go above this clock on earth here with the 12 hours in order to go above to see the 2160, to see that, the 57th day of the year, right? He was 57 years old. He was born on the 57th day of the year, according to the narrative wrapped around this template, this plain template that was dressed up by the stories of the Jew, the Muslim, and the Christian, and all their affiliates, right? They are tricking you by using trick knowledge addressed around this plain template. So let's get it in again. We're talking about the zodiac, right? The Zodi-AC. Remember, y'all talk about the Asiatic calendar, but is the Asiatic calendar actually the zodiac calendar? Is the mothership or the mother wheel actually this wheel here, this circle here, right? Because again, right out of this sign, right out of this symbol, and right out of the cube, because it's the same symbol, 12 segments it takes to make the three-dimensional square. I found that right there. But a blind man can't see. And that's a natural fact, right? So what we're talking about here again is a system of morality, a system of politics, a system of mathematics and geometry veiled in an allegory. Is it a clock or is it Abraham? Is it a clock, a system of mathematics, or is it an actual character? Again, Abraham adds up to 44, right? Again, clock adds up to 44, right? And they took this template and dressed a story of faith around it. Ironically, faith adds up to 44 also if you take the simple English gematria, or what you commonly call the supreme alphabets, right? Hope. All you have is hope. You have no evidence to prove your stories dressed up around this simply plain template. This has been another New Black World Order TV Productions. Chopper. Grand Rising family. Let's build.